Welcome to the Ashworth Wealth Weekly Market Update. Excited to wish each of you a Happy New Year. We'll kind of jump into this week's chart. This week's chart is talking about the inflation expectations divide. University of Michigan did a study trying to figure out, how do people, what do people think is going to happen with inflation this year? And it's interesting because it breaks down by political party, which isn't surprising anytime we have a shift in political makeup of our country, of our leadership. There's a lot of people get really concerned. Some people get really happy. Some people get really frustrated. This chart probably kind of shows that to two extremes. Number one, it kind of shows that Democrats, with the Trump administration taking over, think inflation is going to get worse, whereas Republicans think that inflation is going to get better. What's interesting is Democrats think it's going to get really worse, and Republicans think it's going to get really better. So the extremes are very interesting to look at. Historically, neither political party is correct, and the experts usually get it about right. And we're kind of expecting inflation, the experts are kind of expecting inflation to be between the 2 and 3% range, not the almost 0% or over 4% range. But it's interesting to see how the political bias skews some responses. There's a lot of concern when administrations change, and generally we see that no matter which administration is taking over. There's people that are pessimistic, there are people that are optimistic, etc. So as a general rule, we'll kind of keep an eye on what's going on. But for the most part, the Fed has kind of been able to get things under control. We're interested to see what happens to interest rates going forward. But I think the big issue is we want to find out what the Fed's going to do this year, and what are they going to need to raise interest rates, lower interest rates, etc. But the takeaways are pretty clear. We can't allow political leanings to influence our investment decisions. We always joke that investments are not based on, or companies are performance, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it. Company performance isn't based on red policy or blue policy. It's based on green policy. Is the company making money? Is the economy growing? That's the best thing that we can do for markets, and what we can do for your portfolios. And so as we look at that, as we allocate and get a well-diversified portfolio, staying grounded in that well-diversified portfolio is essential to navigating the policy fog of 2025. There will be a lot of rhetoric on both sides of the aisle. That's very, very normal. Some people are very happy this week. Some people are very upset this week. But ultimately, what we all want as Americans is for the economy to do well, for the market to do well, so we can move forward and grow our portfolios and be able to invest in our futures. So having said that, let's see exactly how it ends up this year. The inflation number, hopefully it's not huge. Hopefully it's not horrible, but we'll kind of keep an eye on things and go from there. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the office anytime you can. You feel free to forward this to any friends or relatives you think might be interested in this information as well, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.